we are seeing very significant and continued performance momentum in Kenya, whilst also achieving key milestones in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, as you'll be told later, we've rolled out an award-winning network, which is about a third of the Kenyan network. I think Michael referenced that earlier. Mobile data has been a huge success, and in September, the Ethiopia team had a very big milestone where they overtook, from a usage perspective, the Kenya average mobile data use per customer, 4.3 versus 3.7. We've also refreshed our segmentation strategy. So previously, we were going to market primarily through a product lens. We are now revamping our ability to go to market based on segments, and we have 4 segments: aspirers, strivers, achievers, and youth. I'm being reminded by my team because they don't want me to fail the test. One of the first ones that we have gone live with is the youth, which we call the S-Hook, which has really resonated very well with the youth. We have engaged 7 million customers through digital channels, and more than 100,000 on a face-to-face basis. And we believe that this is the future that will allow us to have more propositions that fit what customers want at a segment level. Looking forward, over the next year or so, we want to continue to drive the strong momentum that we have seen, especially in our Kenya business, and continue to drive our strategy. You'll hear in more detail what we are doing in Ethiopia. But I wanted to highlight 4 areas. One is continue to expand beyond the core, which is new growth areas. I've talked about the next financial services. You'll see propositions on wealth, continue to deepen credit, and accelerate insurance. And then, of course, fiber and fixed connectivity continues to be a major area of focus for us. Cost and productivity in the current macroeconomic is very, very important, both in terms of reducing the cost of energy, which is one of the biggest pain points, lowering cost or cost to serve, but also delivering more value to our customers. And the cost side is very important because then it allows us to price our products at an affordable price, because consumers are still under a lot of pressure. On digital transformation, I've talked about growing our tech capabilities, AI and big data and analytics, and ensuring that we accelerate digitizing our customer journeys so that we have the best experience and more intuitive offerings to our customers. And then devices will continue to be a major area of focus, both leveraging local assembly, device financing, but also insurance. So we expect going forward that you'll get a device that is fully financed, but also insured, so that we can then ensure that the propositions that customers are getting, we don't decouple the device from the propositions, which is what we were doing in the past. So we remain focused on strong execution in order to ensure that we deliver on our ambition. Touching briefly on Ethiopia, you'll hear a lot more detail from Wim. Why did we come to Ethiopia? Ethiopia is critical to Safaricom's future. Ethiopia is full of opportunities. Our view and outlook continues to be reaffirmed by the growth of our customer numbers and also usage from our customers, especially on mobile data. The huge population, 120 million people, the second largest country in Africa. Youthful population, coupled with low mobile penetration and a rapid economic growth, drives our confidence to invest in the future of this country. So, as both chairs have said, although there will be some near-term challenges, the future is, we believe in the future of this country. We believe in delivering and being partners to the Ethiopian government in terms of a digital future of Ethiopia. And we'll continue to invest with that mindset so that we can truly transform lives in this country.
Since inception of commercial operations in Ethiopia, the progress has remained largely positive, with 9 million gross additions since the launch, 4.3 million 90-day active customers as of December 2023. We have covered a sizable part of the population and are on track to meet the network coverage license obligations. Mobile data is an important offering in Ethiopia, with average consumption per charged mobile data customer standing at around 4.76 GB. This is impressive. As a board, we are encouraged by the current trend in utilization levels, which has already overtaken Kenya. As of December 31st, 2023, we have 3.1 million registered M-Pesa customers, over 26,000 M-Pesa agents, and 43,000 registered merchants. On behalf of Safaricom PLC, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to both the Kenyan and Ethiopian governments for their steadfast support. A special thanks to the regulators in both our jurisdictions for being extremely supportive every time we introduce novel and innovative solutions for our customers. The alignment of our strategy with the national vision has been crucial to our success thus far. We pride ourselves as important partners for the government in achieving universal access and financial inclusion, both of which are critical to the development of the countries we operate in. We appreciate the commitment of creating an enabling environment that fosters growth and innovation in the telecommunications sector. The support extended by both governments has played a pivotal role in supporting our management team during execution. This collaborative approach has enabled us to navigate the challenges effectively, seize opportunities, and deliver on our promises to our customers. Our commitment to fostering lasting partnerships goes beyond rhetoric. It also demonstrated in the unwavering commitment of our global partnership for Ethiopia through Safaricom Ethiopia brand. I would like to thank our GP partners, the shareholders of Safaricom Ethiopia, the British International Investment, IFC, Sumitomo Corporation, and Vodacom, all of whom have been very, very supportive. Through the board, your continuous engagement, regular interactions with government, leaders, and other important stakeholders, you have demonstrated a proactive approach to solid collaborations.
Safaricom Ethiopia's purpose is to transform lives for the digital future. Our vision is to establish an innovative brand loved by its customers, like we have done in Kenya. We are building a world-class network focused on earning customer loyalty. We are learning from the lessons as we build the business with an aim of creating a digital future for our customers. So far, we've established the fastest data network in Ethiopia, offering our customers superior customer service, and I invite you to try it out on your phones if you have a SIM card, an Ethiopia SIM card or roaming from Safaricom. We have made initial steps in establishing inclusive digital financial services for the people of Ethiopia by launching a robust and inclusive and secure M-Pesa network in Ethiopia. The Safaricom Ethiopia board is pleased with the progress our management team has made so far. Admittedly, the market hasn't unfolded as anticipated, as you all are aware. There have been various challenges, security challenges, importation, many, many things. But this is the last remaining market in the world, practically, with only a single mobile operator and now a two-operator, we know that we will be successful. However, we take pride in our achievements, having launched over 2,200 sites so far on the air in 33 cities, acquired over 4 million customers, and attained 33% population coverage within 15 months of our commercial launch. This is significant when comparing to Kenya's 6,300 sites built over 20 years.
We're also doing currently tests on 5G. For the few of you maybe who have bought a line, you should be able to actually pick the Safaricom 5G signal here. I think the base station is just outside. So we are testing also 5G in Addis. We have about 25, 30 sites now that are live. So we also have 100 megahertz on 3.5 that will allow us to offer 5G services. So what have we achieved? For 18 months, all the way when we started, remember, August 22, we did our first call in Dredwa with about 100 sites. Now we have 2,242 sites live, working, running. That figure is at the end of December 2023. So over an 18-month period, we actually are building 125 sites every month. I think this is Addis, this is the map of Addis, drive test. Download speeds up to 85 Mbps, upload speeds 40 Mbps. This is a very good network. It's a very high-performing quality network, and that we need it, because we can't attract customers with a high-quality data network if we can't deliver on our promise of having a good data network. Just to give you an idea, 3 million Ethiopians turn 18 years old every year. 3 million. You know how many people live in Lesotho, one of the Vodacom countries? 2 million. So every year, we are adding a 1.5 Lesotho as addressable markets in Ethiopia. That's what this means, 3 million. 3 million young adults, Ethiopia, turn 18 every year. We have to be there. We have to be their brand, their aspirational brand, because they need data. Give you an overview. We have the businesses, we have the developer ecosystem, we have the consumers, we have the app, and on the right-hand side, you have the whole gamma of all the products and services that we have available. We just need to enable, click the button, and we have another saving or lending product that already runs in Kenya. We can easily copy-paste and leapfrog. The point here we have to understand is we need to leapfrog. We are not on the traditional journey, we are on a leapfrogging journey. So we go straight into merchant payments, utility payments, government-related payments. We go straight into saving and lending. We go straight into using the app. And we do have the fastest data network in Ethiopia.
So we are hosting the second investor forum here in Addis this year, after a very successful one in Nairobi last year. Of course, Safaricom has entered into Ethiopia through a partnership, in partnership with Sumitomo, BII, IFC, and Vodacom. It's our third year of operation. We wanted to make sure that investors have an experience of the possibilities and opportunity that we see in Ethiopia, feel the business here locally, meet the team, and be able to see firsthand the kind of business we are creating, the commercial momentum that we are building, and then so that they can learn for themselves and share with us the passion we have for what we can create in this country. So this investor conference, or this investor forum that we are hosting here in Addis, is a PLC, it's Safaricom PLC investor forum. But the main effort in terms of the focus area is primarily to deep dive into Ethiopia. We are still highlighting a number of a number of initiatives in terms of how the group is doing, how Kenya is accelerating its momentum in terms of performance. But the primary objective is to make sure that we allow investors to immerse themselves into how we are doing here in Ethiopia. It's also an opportunity for investors to see how diverse Ethiopia is, to meet the people, to visit the trade, and to interact with retailers, which will allow investors many of them who have never been to Addis, to understand the opportunities that we see in this country. So we are hosting the investor forum here in Ethiopia today, which is Thursday. Earlier this week, we hosted the board here in Addis, the PLC board. It was an opportunity for our board. It is the second or third time the board is coming into Ethiopia. They came in when we were awarded the license. They came in during the commercial launch, which was very successful in 2022. So this was an opportunity to have our board meeting here in Addis. And also, as part of the February board meeting, we normally would approve our interim dividends, which we have announced today. We continue to reinforce that our dividend policy is to pay 80% of distributable profits for that year, and that we are committed to going forward. So interim dividends should be seen in the context full year dividends. We are also keeping to the guidance that we gave to our investors. At half year, we are not changing that. We continue to see strong performance in Kenya. We are making progress in terms of commercial execution in Ethiopia, but we will, of course, announce the full results sometime in May. In addition to that, in addition to the engagement today with investors, which is Thursday, tomorrow, which is Friday, at the 23rd, we are going to be having a very fun day for investors, starting with a run in the morning. For those who can run, those who can't run can also walk. It's an opportunity to experience the altitude that everyone talks about in Addis. And I hope that everyone will participate, both the investor community but also our own staff. So in addition to a full day of investor experience presentations about the group but also Ethiopia, tomorrow we'll have we'll start the day with a run, and then secondly we'll go into to visit the city, so a city tour. We'll also have a market visit to see retailers and how our business is doing, and also I'm told there's also investors who have planned their own tours in Addis. So looking forward to everyone experiencing Ethiopia in their own ways.
Well, it's a very exciting feeling that all these investors following the Safaricom stock, Nairobi Stock Exchange, took the time and effort to come to Addis to see what we are doing here. So it's about 40 or 50 of them. So we're very excited, and it shows the interest that all of them have to know, to understand what's going on with Safaricom in Ethiopia. So yeah, very happy and very excited. My hope is that the investors, when they leave after 2 days of a visit here in Addis, will be as excited as me, myself, and the team about the opportunity that Safaricom has here in Ethiopia to make a difference in people's lives. I really hope that that is what they're going to take away, to see that we are at the right place at the right time with Safaricom here in Ethiopia. Ethiopia has been scaling, and I'll show it in my presentation. We've been scaling the network, building the foundations for success. You need a network, you need people, you need distribution, you need the M-Pesa platform. So all those building blocks, the foundation of our success, have now been put in place. So what we're looking at now is scaling those for future success. So the building phase is almost over, the foundations have been built. Now we're going to start building the house and show how successful we can be here.